Hi, everybody. How are you doing? It's time for Cheer Chat for this week's episode. It's called Whip My Hair. You guys remember that song by, oh my gosh, her name just so completely escaped my mind. What is her name? Willow Smith. That is the title of this episode because I finally got to do this episode about hair care for pro cheerleaders. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I finally assembled an amazing panel of people together. And yeah, do you guys want to hear who's part of the panel? Of course you do. So we have Mariah Lewis. She's an NFL cheerleader, and she has a business called Pro Hair Collection. And we also have Rosemary Osandu. She is the owner of the Rose Style Studio, and she's the partner with the DCC. It's a new development this season. And then we have Kira Dior with Kira Dior Hair. Um, I'm just realizing that I don't know that I'm actually live on Instagram. So hold please. Maybe I am. I just don't know it. Hmm. Hold please. I'm terrible at this crap. I don't think I was live. Well, lo and behold, thank you for joining me on YouTube. Hold please. It is one of those days. All right. Let me see if now I'm going to be live. Maybe I was live and didn't realize it. The frick? I've never had this happen before. You guys are just going to have to wait for 1 second while I figure out what the hell is going on. And then hopefully life will be back to normal. Frick, maybe I was live. Who the hell knows at this point? Okay, now I'm live. You guys, I was just talking for I don't know how long and realized that I wasn't live. Hello, it is one of those days. Welcome to the Whip My Hair episode. Sorry, everybody on YouTube, you're going to have to hear it again. But happy hump day. I hope you're having a better day than I am, clearly. But this is the Whip My Hair episode. I have been wanting to do this episode since the beginning of time. For everybody who knows me, I'm kind of obsessed with hair, my hair, touching my hair, just dancing with my hair. Like I'm all about the hair. And I finally assembled a wonderful panel of people to join me for this episode. I have Mariah Lewis. She's an NFL cheerleader, and she is the owner of the Pro Hair Collection. And Rosemary Asandu, she is the owner of the Rose Style Studios and a partner with the DCC. And then we have Kira Dior. She is the founder and CEO of Kira Dior Hair. So this rock star panel, I just realized you guys can see my messy background. Can I get my life together today? But anyway, this panel is amazing. And we talked about so many different things about hair care. And I'm just so excited. It just happened this weekend. So it's hot off the press, just edited last night. But these women are doing it. I'm just so excited about their the careers that they've chosen and how they've managed it all. They're entrepreneurs. They're just doing it, and just exciting for, it's great that we've evolved within the industry where, you can see people starting their own businesses in this department, and, people are brand ambassadors, and, we know how important it is to have your hair and your look together. And so you're going to love this episode. I'm convinced of it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm finally getting my life together somewhat. I hope you guys are doing well, though. We had a very, very, very sad development in our community with the passing of Tracy Somonti. She's the Patriots, and it was really just super sad. She's only 58 years old, but she passed from a 3-year battle with multiple myeloma. And, just the tributes that were coming in from the dancers that she's coached, and obviously what was up on the Patriots website. It's just a really touchy tribute. And it's just, prayers go out to her family and everybody who's affected by her passing. I think it hits us all. You don't have to necessarily know her. I know that my director for the Seahawks had a lot of respect for her, and she would talk about how they would exchange information while while I was part of the team. And so, you put in that much time. I mean, she joined the Patriots as a cheerleader in 1983, and then cheered again from 91 to 93 and was selected their Pro Bowl cheerleader in 93 as well. So obviously a great representative of the organization, Robert Kraft. I think he said that she was one of his first hires when he bought the team. So, I think her legacy will live on with her dancers. I mean, listening, read the tributes. It sounds like she was really pushing for her dancers to have a life and ambitions outside of dance, which I think is really important. She really just wanted everybody to excel and be well-rounded. And so, again, just heartfelt condolences to her family and loved ones. And, it just made me think because a couple weeks ago, I talked about having an episode, geared towards giving feedback to directors. And I know a couple weeks ago, I watched the documentary on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called The Hot Chocolate Nutcracker. And it features Debbie Allen's production that she does with kids with the Debbie Allen Dance Academy, excuse me. And I was messaging back and forth with Candace, but it was just it was such a well done documentary. And Debbie Allen is just an icon, a legend. And, just that concept of giving people their flowers while they're here, and just appreciating people who've contributed to our lives in different ways. And I hope that we can, with this episode that I'm hoping to do, you guys have been giving feedback all day long with the poll of the week of what feedback do you wish that you could give your director? And we can treat it as both positive and constructive feedback that hopefully, to the extent they're listening, and I do think some of them listen, you guys. I mean, I think they would only agree to be on the show if they sometimes got a glimpse of what the show is about. But I think we should give feedback both ways, just some things that maybe they aren't aware of as dancers, of how we feel, things that we probably don't have the space and freedom to say, but nevertheless needs to be said. And I'll definitely add my colorful commentary throughout. It'll be like the first episode in a minute without an interview. But I enjoy that. I think I enjoy talking to you guys when I can actually figure out how things work. But we'll see. Maybe there'll be an extended cheer chat, giggles, be quiet, or I'll record it just based on the feedback. And again, everything will be anonymous, but I'm going to share some of the themes without giving too much away. But I'm going to pause and just make sure I didn't miss any comments, especially about Tracy. You guys can obviously join me too if you want to say any words about your relationship with Tracy as a director. I think, we all could. I just think it's good to kind of share that love, and especially when people are mourning and cherishing those memories that you have with someone and helping their legacy live on. So if you guys want to, you can join me. I'm just going to share some of the themes that have come up so far to get you guys thinking about what you want to submit so that we don't leave anything out. Okay. Let's see. I heard a lot about the ideal cheerleader and what sometimes the directors have in their mind of who represents the squad, and it kind of leads into this idea of favoritism, like big time favoritism. That was kind of a common theme with everybody's comments. Just that you need to evolve what that image looks like, and diversity and inclusion training might not be a bad idea either. Let's see, somebody said, have you met Tracy from the Patriots cheerleaders? I have not personally met her. Even when we went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, I didn't have the opportunity, unfortunately, to meet her. But I know, like I said, my director had a lot of respect for her. Thanks for the question, and I'm glad I actually caught it. Somebody submitted something about sponsorship ideas. I'm going to save it because it's such a bomb idea that I can't believe nobody's thought of it, especially Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. But I'll save that for the episode. One other theme that came up was the use of social media and, using it to promote the team, the entire team, not just, some random few. I mean, we have 30, 40 people on the team. So it should definitely be a heavy rotation of literally everybody that's on the squad, and helping us get to know the people that are on the squad. I just still feel like social media, maybe we should just turn it over to an expert or like a committee, like some of these teams do, having like a social media committee that really is, you know, a lot more hands-on with it and thinking outside of the box with it, and really, instead of just a picture, give us some deets about the people, you know, give us some information from their bio, give shout outs, love, let us know what their interests are, what they're up to. I think that would be, you know, just a better use of social media to promote the entire team. And then let's see, I mean, I think this is a big one, but you know, these positions as director are really, really hard to come by, right? But what experience is really like required to be a director? What should be required? Should they have dance experience? Should they have management experience as a manager? That's what, in my personal opinion, what I think that's lacking sometimes. Should they, you know, be able to do the choreography, or are they, you know, like what's really that resume look? What I've seen sometimes is there's like a grooming of somebody to take the place of the director, and it's kind of like handpicked versus an actual competitive process. But that's a big one too. The personality, you know, being too nice versus, you know, maybe not being very appreciative of your team. And, you know, there's just that balance. Like, should you be strict? Should you be nice? Should you be everybody's friend? Like, how should you run your program? So love your thoughts on that. And then just how practices are run, you know, making an efficient use of people's time, helping people be prepared for practice, knowing what you'll go over. Definitely when I cheered, it was like, you better be prepared with everything, not just, there was, you know, sometimes there would be a heads up of what we'd be going over, but for the most part, you know, just trying to help people be their best so that it's a good use of everybody's time and it's not, you know, trying to catch people slipping, even though you should have your stuff together, you're professional. So anyway, there's a lot there and I'd love to unpack it more. I think you guys have so many ideas, so just keep them coming and we'll do this episode. And again, just let's wrap some love in it too. And if you have, like I said, an amazing director that does a bunch of things right, let's put that out there in terms of like best practices so that other people can hear about it and what really works well with your team. Why is your director amazing and why? So let's just balance it out. I'd love to see that. And then we can even give special love to people that you want to spread love. Yes, I'm all about love. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But, you know, I think when it comes to some tough criticism, we should just talk about it. You know, truth behind the palms. We can keep it real and just say like, what's kind of right versus wrong. And I think there's certain things that you can't really like argue about, right? It's just like the right thing to do or a more objective way of doing your job. And so just feedback, and you could forward the podcast to your director. No, I'm kidding. You should, but nobody's going to do that, right? But we'll just hope that they listen and that they can actually appreciate some of the feedback since we don't really have the ability to give it. Yeah, spread love as you care about the people who you love and respect you, or who love and respect you. Yeah, agreed. This is our community, and I think we're all a part of it. We're all touched by everything, and I think it's just good to let people know how you feel about them, if they've impacted your life, if they were really supportive through something that, you know, some tough times that you've experienced personally outside of dance. I mean, there's so many scenarios, and, you know, I might even treat it like my own love letter to my director, or my own, you know, things that I wish I could have said. Maybe I did say, did go over well, who knows? But I think it's just a good exercise to think critically about anything. But that's the lawyer in me, you guys. I mean, I'll see the good, the bad, the ugly, and just kind of parse it out, and then just keep an even, steady pace. But communicating that, I think it just empowers you to give that feedback. All managers should get it. Everybody should go through a 360 evaluation. Like, it's not a one-way street. That's just my opinion. We'll use this as an opportunity to kind of give collective feedback. But this is a hour, 15-minute episode, so I don't want to like just yap about Cheer Chat, but I'm just really, really excited for you guys. This is almost like, I see Nikki join. This is almost like the episode that we did about makeup, where we just talked just about philosophy of how you approach doing makeup. It's the same thing but hair, and just the way that these women actually touch the lives of their clients, giving them confidence, making them feel good about themselves, having you perform better because you're just your hair falling off. You're not worried about like not looking good and being your best. And so I think it's just a super, super fun episode. You'll hear from these beautiful women, successful women, ambitious women, and I can't wait to share it with you. I'm going to turn it over in a minute after I look and make sure I didn't miss anything else. But you guys, we're almost kind of done with the season. I know that the holidays are approaching, and season's gonna wrap early January. But it sounded like there was a lot of interest in the career panel in episode where we kind of have like another group interview where people talk about different career paths branching off of dance. And if you have a specific career path that you're interested in or curious about, do let me know. It helps me narrow down who I reach out to. And hopefully we could put together a pretty cool career day panel for the podcast. I think I'd love to end with something like that. There's a couple other good episodes coming up your way, but I just wanted to tell you guys, depending on how the holidays go, and I'm planning on just keeping it pushing and going through early January, keeping my eye on things per usual. Okay, this is hard to read this person's comment. Ooh, so what do you think that make, oh God. I'm having problems reading this freaking comment. That's not gonna help either. Okay, sorry, Joshua, I can't quite read it. Can you put it in the little comment box and see if it helps where it pops up so I can read it? But anyway, I lost my train of thought completely, but that's just how today's going. But I just wanted to say that there's some good episodes coming. It'll wrap in January. And if you guys have suggestions for who would be great on the career panel, not even who, but just like interests, the types of careers that you're interested in, that are related to sports and entertainment and dance, or just completely different. Like maybe you want to be a writer, maybe you want to, who knows, let me know, because it's a broad universe, but I'll try to pull some interesting and cool people together for you. Joshua, I'm going to give you a couple minutes, but you guys let me know any other thoughts, any other things that are on your mind. I mean, I'm sure you're still seeing the Rona and the hot mess situation. Now it's bleeding over into college basketball as well. Games canceled left and right. Whatever's the aftermath of Thanksgiving. I'll definitely be following it. I think the NBA released an updated schedule. So we'll just keep our eyes on what it's looking like for the season, in terms of the dancers for NBA, and the NFL is kind of coming up to a wrap. I'm waiting to see some Pro Bowl announcements. If I miss anything, please tag me. I try with social media keeping up with everything, but it's about that time where teams start selecting the Pro Bowl cheerleader. If you have some tea on whether they're not doing it this year, let me know. But I'm hoping that I'll start to see that. And that way I can do my own little episode, or at least a way of recognizing the Pro Bowl cheerleaders this year. Any other little business? Okay, he put it in here. So I'm going to try to find it and read it. Okay. Do you think the NFL cheerleaders will be on the Pro Bowl this year? Okay. Just was talking about that. Since there won't be a game, I'm hoping that just like the players that are still being selected for Pro Bowl, that they'll do the same for the cheerleaders. And, you know, some of them didn't have teams, so it might be a little wonky because, you know, we never ended up seeing the Charger girls out there. So it might be like an incomplete Pro Bowl roster, but I'm still hoping that we'll see some Pro Bowl selections made from the existing teams. I mean, a lot of them are only consisting of vets versus rookies, but I just hope that we try to carry on with our traditions versus having like a big 2020 asterisk year where we didn't actually do that. And there's just ways of pulling everybody together. It won't be the same, but we had that poll a couple weeks ago and it sounded like people still thought we should do it. And so let's see it. Let's hope. Usually they're selected the month of December, and it's about that time. A fashion question on YouTube. Would you please show us how to tie a shirt or jacket around your waist style by the sleeves? I'm doing the typical Zoom style meeting during the day where you're all business up top and shorts and chilling on the bottom. So unfortunately, I cannot do a fashion demonstration. That is a very interesting question. Um, I'm sure there's a video about that that will be much better than my demonstration. Um, okay, let's see. Any other questions, you guys? I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. And please listen to the Whip My Hair episode tomorrow. You will enjoy it and you will have some ideas if you've always wanted to try something new with your hair. Had me thinking about doing something new with my hair. I'm so boring. You guys know that. This is the best I can do. Something different, but that's all I got. But it's just a really cool episode and you just feel inspired to have whatever look that you want, especially as a pro dancer. So without further ado, you guys, I'm going to wish you a good night. I'm going to have some rosé and let me know what you think of the episode. I'll share some quotes tomorrow and you guys have a wonderful night, okay? Bye.